when you're on a bike, especially when you're pregnant. People will make comments to you, they'll start conversations, you smell the smells that they're smelling, and certainly like going through downtown on a bike, I often used to run into my patients from residency, who weren't showing up to clinic, but they were panhandling on the street. And so I would get to sort of do little bits of outreach to them simply because I was on a bike. And so I think there's a lot of connection that happens either walking or on a bike. And so that is definitely an important part of it for me. This journey definitely started not thinking about medicine whatsoever as a future career. In fact, very much not wanting to do medicine. I had studied sociology and I just sort of came out with the idea that I was going to save the world in some way. I had no idea what that was going to look like. And I found my way into a job early on in Boston doing street outreach with homeless youth. Half the day was spent just on my feet, walking around the streets, sitting with adolescents on, a park bench, on the ground, just trying to understand sort of where they were coming from, what they might need, and just building relationships with them over time.
I just got off of work, actually.
I know, you work wild hours.
Yeah.
I know, and you look so awake despite that. So, and is Leo with you today or not?
No, he's at home. He's at home soon.
Okay, he still hasn't come back to see me yet. Is he
Mm.
waiting on insurance, or
Yeah.
is he reluctant to come
He
back?
doesn't have any insurance.
I know. And you can't get him on your insurance through.
I'm trying to get us.
That job really showed me that folks who end up in the situation of
But
homelessness
I
have tremendous histories of trauma, of structural problems in our country that have gotten them to where they are, contrary to sort of what I had grown up believing, that like if you were homeless it meant that you were lazy or you just sort of screwed something up in your life. Yeah, and you're gonna see. I was talking to this social worker about sort of my goals, and what they said to me was, I love that you're thinking about being a social worker, but really like if you want to have the impact you want to have, it's going to be easier as a doctor. Because the world, whether it should or shouldn't, listens to doctors more than it listens to social workers.
I do feel better, yes. Okay, I couldn't do it without this program. This program has saved my life.
Well, we're helping and you're doing the saving.
Now hurry up and have that baby.
Buprenorphine in a typical medical setting comes with sort of a lot of regulations and guidelines for patients about never missing an appointment, being very strictly adherent to their medication, not having relapses and return to drug use. And what we're creating here is something that really helps people stay on their medication and keeps people engaged, even if they have a difficult time making an appointment on time, even if they return to substance use and then come back to us. We always invite folks back and try to do what we can to keep them on their medication. But ideally moving back into care here, and then you can go to a country doctor and see somebody. I have approval to get them going on Hep C treatment if we can. And so I think, for a patient coming into this setting, number one, it's oftentimes a setting they're already familiar with. Most of my patients are already using the services there, so they might come there to get their syringes, they come there to get case management, help with their housing, they get hot chocolate there. So it's already a space that they feel very comfortable in, and I think it very much does not feel like a typical healthcare space. And here I really feel like I'm a guest in the space that they are already accustomed to. I think it just changes our interaction completely in a way that's, I think, really powerful, I hope, for patients, and is also really enjoyable for me as a provider.